Three British families are on a journey that could change their children's lives. They've all got one thing in common: divorce. All the children are struggling to adjust. The Butlers are the second family that went to Houston. Franny is 10, her little brother Will is 7. Their parents only divorced recently, but Rupert walked out on Sue 4 years ago.
We were both very content in our lives, but our separate lives. Actually looking at our relationship, it was crap.
I hate him for all the years that I've wasted. And I hate him for what he's done to the children and the fact that I'm struggling for them to be happy. And he's just living his life carefree and happy. Pizza?
It's Sue's turn to meet with Christina. She wants advice on how to help Will.
It hurts so much when Will's crying because he wants to see more of his dad. Sometimes I think, and I know it's not right, I could change it for Will to not be hurt by cutting his dad out of the picture altogether. And I just want to protect him from the hurt. So badly. I don't want to see him go through it.
I think you may feel like you're shielding Will by, saying maybe he shouldn't have contact with Dad. I think the hurt would still be there.
But in Rupert's case, he's not a father anymore.
Well, he is, in a different way. He may not be the father you want him to be, but that doesn't mean that he can't be a father to Franny and Will, in a way that they can come to terms with, in a way that they can be okay with.
Rupert Butler now lives in Holland with his girlfriend Donna. Although Will visits him sometimes, Franny saw her dad only twice last year.
Me and his girlfriend had an argument, but really quite a big argument, and so they were going to send me home.
While they were in Houston, Franny began to reveal her true feelings.
I'm worried that when Dad gets married next year, Mum's going to be upset.
Christina encouraged Franny to tell her mum how she feels and tell her dad that she would like to see him more often.
Sometimes grown-ups don't have all the answers. We don't know how you feel, and we don't know what you think, and sometimes we don't know what will help. So maybe you might want to start thinking about giving Dad a clue. What do you think would work best for you?
Send him an email.
Sending him an email?
Back in England, Franny is following Christina's advice.
Because I want things to change.
Although she wants to see her dad, Franny's reluctant to go to Holland straight away.
I would just love it if he came here.
Back in Sussex, Rupert has telephoned Franny. He's not coming to see her in England. With Franny's disappointment fresh in her mind, Sue must now deal with another issue: Will's 8th birthday. Will Butler's 8th birthday party is at a local activity centre. Mum Sue is hoping that his dad, Rupert, will turn up, but she hasn't told Will, in case he's disappointed.
Dad? Harry, it's my dad! It's my dad!
Is that nice surprise? Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Cool or not cool?
Cool.
Franny's delighted too.
Can't pick me up anymore.
Rupert Butler didn't go to Houston, but he has flown in from Holland to meet with Christina. It's the first time he's been back in Britain since Will's birthday party. Although Will visits him in Holland, he always gets upset on his return.
Will, please don't cry, darling. Do you always feel like this when you come home from Holland?
Yeah.
Even though Sue tells Rupert about Will's distress, he doesn't really believe her.
I don't know if Sue's playing any games, emotional games, and using the kids, or because Sue's still really hurt or something. I really don't know what Sue's doing.
For Christina, it's not unusual for one parent to be oblivious to the emotional impact divorce is having on their children.
Well, what happens for lots and lots of kids is that the parent that they spend the most time with, that's the parent who sees all the upset, the anger, the sadness, because there's a stronger sense of security with that parent. Whereas with the parent they're not seeing very much of, that time is so precious. And they don't want to ruin it, and they want it to be a great time. And they also may not be so sure that that parent's going to be around. That if they're showing any of those feelings, if they get upset, if they get angry, that parent might disappear completely from their lives.
Christina has decided to show Rupert just how much Will missed him in Houston when he wasn't there.
Hey, Will. Let's write Daddy a message. Let's write him a letter, okay? Because you know what? If Daddy loves you, he loves you so much. Daddy doesn't want you to be upset like this. So if Daddy knows how you're feeling, you tell him how you're feeling, he will do his utmost to help you. So if we tell Daddy how much you miss him, and how much you need him, then he will do something about that.
Overnight, their dad has been doing some serious thinking.
I've got to get my priorities right, and they are the children. Make them happy, which will make me happy. And that's what I'm going to do. So yeah, there's been a change in my thinking.
Will Butler has been going to Holland regularly, and today Franny has come out for the first time. For Sue Butler, there has been another huge change. Because of the regular schedule, Will now knows when he'll see his dad again, and so is not upset on his return to England.
I think a major thing that happened was when Rupert came over here for the day a couple of weeks ago. Franny makes out like, oh, it's no big deal. You know, I don't care whether he comes or not. When he turned up, she was so excited and she shouted out, Will, Daddy's here! And she went herring out there to see him, and she was so excited, and when she came back, they'd had such a lovely day as well.
Christina believes that for kids to cope with divorce, parents need to deal with their own emotions. It seems Sue has.
I realised today, Christina, Rupert very kindly sent a huge bouquet of flowers on my birthday from the kids, saying to the best mum in the world. And his birthday's the day after mine. And I didn't get around to getting him a present from the kids. So I thought, well, I'll get him a Christmas present, which I've done. And I actually thought to myself, maybe I should get Donna one as well from the kids. And I thought, my God, I'd never have thought that 6 months ago. There's no way I would have gone out and bought her a present from the kids. So I must have really moved on.